Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm a children's librarian in the mountains of North Carolina. And in this video, I wanted to share with you some of the book titles that we use that are in our Letter D Storytime Kit. We use these kits to do story times here at the library, but also as part of our outreach into daycare centers and pre-K and kindergarten classrooms in the schools. And in another video, I'll tell you more about some of the extension activities that we do. But just for this video, I just wanted to share with you some of the titles that are in this kit. And I just wanted to say that this is just, we're just sharing this information as a source of inspiration. Obviously, there are plenty of other book titles out there that you could use for a Letter D story time, and I would love it if you would share some of those titles in the comments below this video, and that would just make this resource richer for the other folks who might stumble upon it. So one of my favorite books to use in a Letter D story time is Duck on a Bike, and I love to, we've already, talked to the children about the sound and shape of letter D, so I asked them if they can find letter D on the title of the book. If the children are very young, we just go ahead and point it out to them. If they're a little bit older, I might bring this book around to each child and let them point to the letter D. If you don't have a lot of children in story time, you could actually let them trace over the letter D. If they point to the wrong one, say, oh, that looks a lot like a D, but letter D only has one hole in the middle, so you're just providing opportunities to notice the difference between the letters that are on the title of this book. And one of the things I wanted to share about this book is I love to stop on this page where the children have parked their bikes outside of a house and ask the children, what do they think the animals are thinking about? And this is an opportunity, even in a pretty large group with maybe 18 children in the group, where everybody might have a chance to share what they were thinking. And I love it when you have that kind of an opportunity to let each child, and I know some of y'all do story times with much larger crowds. But the other thing I like on the end of this book, I like to ask the children, what do they think the duck is thinking about? So those are two things that I like to do with that book beyond talking about the shape and sound of letter D. Another book that I like to use is called I Swapped My Dog by Harriet Ziefert or Seifert. And again, have the children find the letter D in the title. But before I read this book, I like to ask the children, what do they think the word swapped means? And they have a lot of creative ideas. Often they think it means swatted. So I like to clear that up before I read the story. And after we've talked about how it means trading, I ask them, what do you think this man might trade his dog for? And the comments that I get about that have been very interesting as well. And this is a rhyming book, which also helps with that skill of phonological or phonemic awareness. So I love using a rhyming book when I can. Another book that we use in a Letter D story time is Little White Duck. And of course, you know this, you could sing this one as you read the book. Another book that's fun in a Letter D story time is We Are the Dinosaurs. And if you look up Laurie Berkner, We Are the Dinosaurs on YouTube, you'll get some great ideas of how to sing it, but also some actions that you could do either while you're singing, while you're reading the book, or after you're done reading the book. Another book, this is a quick read, Dinosaur Roar by Paul Strickland. Again, I love the rhyming and in this book, as well as some vocabulary, even just something as simple as weak and strong to talk about the difference and talk about opposites. Another book that I really like, I like, there's a larger version that I like a little bit better, Do Like a Duck Does. And on this one, I would have them count how many letter D's they see in the title of this book. And then another, I've got these in our kits. Now, the Alpha Tales were a set of books, so you couldn't buy this title individually, but a lot of alliteration in a very short book, just a couple of pages. So this one is Detective Dog and the Disappearing Donuts. And again, we would count how many letter D's we see on that page. And we also like to point out, capital and lowercase, but that it's still the same letter. So some other book titles that have been suggested for a Letter D story time are some of the Jane Yolen books, the dinosaurs, what is it? How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight, or How Do Dinosaurs Say I Love You? There's another book called Revenge of the Dino Trucks, and there's a pop-up book called Snappy Little Dinosaurs by Beth Harwood. So again, those are just some titles. Wanted to keep this video as brief as possible. For extension activities dealing with the letter D, just look at our next video. And if you have any questions, you could email me. I'll put that up on the screen. And that's all I have. So in the words of Tigger, ta-ta for now.